first dish that we're going to cook today is our fish and shellfish soup. What we do is we chop our mirepoix down very, very fine, a white mirepoix. Into that we've added like our orange zest and our roasted red peppers. So it's like cooking off the mirepoix, get a nice caramelisation point to there. At that point we add in our prawns, but with our prawns we give them a really good bashing. You know, it's like small crevettes, but to extract the sweetness out at the quickest possible time, they're bashed down, they get added in. Then we add in a little bit of tomato puree, fold that through, get the caramelisation point again. We're talking about 2 to 3 minutes for each point of where we're going to. So by about 18 minutes time, you know, we've got a finished soup. Once the crevettes have been added and they've caramelised and the tomatoes, etc., then we add our fish. We fold in our fish and then we pour in our fish stock. The fish that we use is generally like pollock, we use gurnard, we use fish generally from our fish merchant that's going to give us a good protein to the soup. And then from there we've got this wonderful machine that Rick Stein introduced me to, the C80, and it just basically filters through the waste and then the texture of the soup. A simple season up from there, and then we serve that just in a generous bowl, an Edinburgh portion of soup. And with that we serve it with the rouille, with some croutons and some Gruyere. So there you have it, that's our version of the best fish and shellfish soup that you can have. Right, the next dish we're going to do is going to be our hot roasted shellfish with wild garlic butter. In this dish we've got lobster, langoustines, brown crab, and what we do is just simply split these shells and roast them on top of the plancha. Then we get our scallop that's been cleaned, same process onto the plancha, flesh side down to get a nice caramelisation. Once it hits that caramel point, we start our broth with our marinara. We have our razor clam, cockles, and surf clams, palourds, and they're all cooked together. Finely diced shallots, toss them through, add the white wine, then add the wild garlic butter. What we do is we get the bigger shells, place them down onto the plate, very unchefy, very untechnical, you know, and then what we do is we get the marinara at that point and we just nappy everything over, so everything's getting the flavour from all the shells, so it just becomes sort of one taste of the sea as such. So I would describe that as hot roasted shellfish with wild garlic butter.
We're gonna cook today lobster curry. In my language we call it jeera as a cumin, so jeera rice. To make a curry paste, it's a simple process, but step by step I'll roast the onions in oven and then peel it down. I've got some cumin seeds, some coriander seeds, some turmeric powder and some garam masala. We will roast it in a pan, all the seeds, blend it, pass it through a fine sieve, and then I'm gonna make a curry paste with a roasted onion, some tomato puree, all the powder I made it, some turmeric in it, and garam masala obviously. That's gonna be with some curry leaves in it, and that's our curry paste ready. It's simple, it's not a lot of spices in it, no chili in it. And then for a curry, we got some diced red onion. We're gonna sweat them off on a pan with some garlic in it. Add some curry paste after that, and add some tomato puree in it. At the end, we add some chopped tomato and coconut milk, and that's gonna be ready for our curry base, for a curry sauce. For a lobster, we steam a lobster for around 4 to 5 minutes. Cool it down, take a meat out, clean the shell. Then we kind of like roast a shell and dry them off. Heat up a curry sauce and put a curry sauce back on in the shell and the curry and the lobster meat on top with some coriander, and on the side is gonna be a jeera rice. So there we have lobster curry.